What's going on, everybody? My name is Falchion, and welcome to Borderless Gaming, where we play games, we talk tech, and we do what we're doing today, unboxing. And today we're going to be unboxing the Xbox Series X, along with some accessories. What I have here is the Seagate 1 terabyte storage expansion card. And I also have a charge and play kit. I'm actually not going to open this because I got this purely on instinct. To be honest with you, I don't plan on using the controller that comes with the Series X, only because I have an Elite 2 controller, so I'll be using that. But yeah, I did get that, but that's probably just going to go on a shelf to be used with something else, one of my other Xbox controllers or something. So for now, we'll just put that away. Not going to really mess with that. But yeah, let's go ahead and unbox this expansion card. Very excited for it. Man, this was... all in all, this is probably the most expensive part of this kit. I mean, it didn't cost the most money, but in comparison to everything else, this thing is super expensive. But super necessary. I have a lot of games, and I am not one who likes to uninstall and reinstall and go through all that rigmarole. Okay, there's a plastic case on this. So yeah, that's actually kind of nice. Hopefully I'm getting that. Nice little thing. Comes with a plastic case. But we'll dig into that a little bit more as we jump into what we are all really here for, the unboxing of the Series X. Looks like it's just stuff to be peeled. I apologize, like, I'm sure you can see the mess in the background, and these angles are all pretty horrible, but I'm actually in the final stages of moving to where I'm unpacking everything and trying to get everything set up, but I'm only at the beginning of that stage, so a lot to go on that. And so this is not the ideal way of that I would want to be doing this. Oh, let's check out the box. So on the back you have a picture of Master Chief. It says power your dreams. The side, it's just a picture of the console and the controller, and that it's a Series X. That's 1 terabyte. On the other side, they're the specs. The top, again, just a picture, and the bottom has more stuff to peel. But all that that's not important information is on the bottom here. So, oops, slipped open there. My fault. But let's see, make sure we've got this. And here it is, very well packaged, of course. You would expect no less. I'm gonna push that back a little bit, and we'll take out the accessories box here. That is slightly out of my reach, but it's all good. So in the accessories box, I'll tilt it like this. Be all the instruction and safety manual. We have your HDMI 2.1 cord. I actually screwed up on this. I got new monitors in anticipation of this before I knew all the specs and what you would need, and my monitors are actually, I got two new monitors and they're both 2.1, so I mean 2.0, so I'm not going to be able to get that full 120 full spectrum of the Series X until I can go ahead and get a new monitor. That'll be a minute though, probably a couple months or something. We have the power cable. We have here the controller. Again, I'm not really gonna be using this. Not that I have a problem with it. It's just that I do have, well, let me say I don't anticipate using it. I don't anticipate using it. It also comes with a pair of AA batteries. I'm gonna put those batteries back in there and close this up real quick and put it back. I don't anticipate using this controller because I do have the Elite Series 2 controller. So, yeah, but let's see how it feels. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and finish pulling everything out of the box. I'm jumping ahead of myself here. I should have put that back too. So here it is. Power your dreams. I'm gonna pull this closer. It's a little out of my reach. A little bit heavier than I expected it to be honest with you. Also in the box is something down here that has like instructions and then some codes to, oh, it's your getting started card is all. So we'll put that back in there as well. Push that back. We'll put the system down. We'll unsleeve this gently. Again, very nicely packaged, but you wouldn't really expect any less from any console manufacturer, to be honest with you. Yeah, man, 2020 has been just, honestly, I gotta pull this away. The weight of this thing is a lot heavier than it looks like it should be. And all the early adopters that got it, I mean, not early adopters, but wow, that's a fingerprint magnet. But people that, like YouTubers and everything, they got it early or whatever. None of them that I saw, and I admittedly didn't watch too many, I didn't want to get too much information, really expressed how heavy it is for its size. So it's a smaller form factor. We'll give you a look at the sides. This is the side that you would have laying down if you were going to lay it on its side. You can see here the rubber feet. And then the back here. And we'll talk about all that in a moment. But yeah, you know, I'll lift you up for the top. This is going to get a little bit wobbly, I apologize. But there you can see the top, and then if you look straight down, you can see that the green kind of disappears. It's a neat little effect that they have with that. But yeah, this is it, the Series X. So as you can see, we have the disc slot, the eject button, the pair button for your controller, a USB-A slot, power button. Nothing on the sides except for those rubber feet that I told you about. Oh, there's some Xbox branding here. Can't really see it though. Sorry, I bumped the camera. Back here you have two more USB-A slots, Ethernet port, power, HDMI, and your memory card, storage card expansion. And let's go ahead and put that in. Right? Might as well. That's where it's going to live, at least for a while. At least until it gets filled. And so you can only put it in one way. And that's it. I didn't hear any, like, snap into place. But it can only go so far, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Looks like the rear here is where all the intake is. Let me see. Let's lay it on its side here. There's a little bit of intake here on the bottom as well. I'm going to pick you up again. Show you that. The foot pad here is not removable as far as anybody has said so far, and I am not going to try and force it to be. That's actually my only, to what I know of it thus far, my only gripe with it is that that foot pad is not removable, because that makes it kind of a dictator, you know, like, or for me and my OCD, if I have this in a cabinet, then this would always have to, the foot pad, for me, I would always have to put it up against a wall in the cabinet. So, but this is, I'm gonna have it like this anyways. Yeah, I have tables next to or sitting under my monitors, so that's where it's gonna live. And the feet, the rubber feet on the side, sorry, picking you guys up again, you can't really see them. They blend in really well. Well, like I just said, they blend in really well, and so they're not really that visible, so that's not too bad. So yeah, that's the Series X. Now on to the controller here, and let me tilt you guys down here. Hopefully we're still in balance with the camera on its stand. And I will also introduce two more controllers that I own. So this controller, this gray one here, is the one that I use when I am playing like xCloud on my tablet. I have a controller that specifically fits my phone that I use for when I'm playing xCloud on my phone. And then this is my Elite Series 2 controller, the controller that I have every plan on continuing to use. So you can see the difference in the just kind of normal Xbox One X controller compared to the Series X controller here. The D-pad is very different, but oh, and there's a share button. Everything else is pretty much the same. There is nice texturing on the back here, on the grips. It does not go over into the pad where it's not necessary. Anyways, this deck here, you see USB-C. That is also different, although that will be matching the Elite controller, which also has a USB-C. And you can see here, it also is textured all the way around. In comparison, the new controller is super light, but that is pretty much on par with the normal controller. The series, the Elite controller is just super heavy, which I like. That's one of its appeals to me, along with all the functions. This D-pad is very similar to actually the D-pad that I use here on my Elite controller, to where it's like this kind of a dish, which will allow for good rolling of the fingers in games where you're using the D-pad like that. Again, we have a share button now, and then that's the major difference. The sticks feel pretty much the same. Yeah, it feels good. It feels closer, honestly, to like the triggers and the shoulder buttons feel closer to the Elite series to me than they do to the normal. And you can see they have taken away this small indentation here, this detail here. I'm not sure why, but I'm sure it serves some function, probably within the controller, or maybe it's just so that you can identify it easily just by look. It aids in that. But yeah, it feels good. Again, a little light and you know, having a battery pack in it, or batteries in it, would make it a little bit heavier, but not that much. Not anything compared to this. There's just way more functionality with the Elite 2 controller, of course. I mean, that's what it's made for. But in general, man, this is just more of the same. But, you know, like they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. There's really nothing wrong with the older Xbox controllers. They've always been my favorite when comparing to the PlayStation and the Nintendo. The offset sticks mainly is the thing for me. Also, the PlayStation controllers felt a little too small for me. But that's all about to change in just a couple of days, when I'll be unboxing my PS5. We'll definitely be shooting that and making the comparison, seeing what it's like. Everything that I've heard so far, the controller is much bigger, so I'm looking forward to that. They do still have those inline sticks, so that's never been my favorite thing, but that's just a personal choice. But I am excited for what that has to bring. But for now, this has been the Xbox Series X. Finally, I'm telling you, 2020 has been horrible for me. I've been living through it in waves, just waiting for events. The last event was the elections here in the U.S. I felt like that was going to be a horrible, in my mind, that was going to be a horrible event. That's how I had that planned out. But then the next two events would be the release of the Series X and the PlayStation 5, and those were going to be wonderful events. And now here they are, and I'm feeling very wonderful, except for all the messy fingerprints that I got all over this. But that's okay. We're going to put it where it belongs. Sorry, making adjustments. We're going to put it where it belongs, and we're going to leave it alone. And we're going to put it where it belongs. We're going to clean it up, and then we're going to leave it alone. We won't be touching it too much, so that shouldn't be an issue. Again, guys, let me thank you for joining me in this unboxing, this very momentous occasion. This is for gamers. This is Halley's Comet, right? It only comes around once every so many years. And here we are. The Series X finally here. Finally something good in 2020. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This has been Falchion for Borderless Gaming, and we'll see you next time. Peace.